came to me and it's like, you know what I told you guys? You know why I was looking in the other direction? I was like, why? Oh, because this is what we saw. And he showed me a picture of this white figure with eyes and all that, looking from that very direction towards us.
My name is Rishita.
My name is Ravi G.
My name is Raihan.
My name is Wayne.
My name is Kyle.
And this is Tales from Incredible Tales, a show where we look back at the popular MediaCorp horror series.
Joining us tonight is a returning guest and a new one. So Ravi G is a senior producer and presenter at MediaCorp's Indian news and entertainment radio station, Ollie 968. He is currently hosting a weekday show, Tea Kedai, from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. He also co-hosts Thigil Tales with a familiar face to our viewers, digital creator Rishita, aka Devil Wears Bata, still one of the best names ever, on Instagram and TikTok.
Ooh.
In Thigil Tales, Ravi and Rishita join forces to research and investigate instances of paranormal activities shared with them by listeners.
Welcome to the show, guys.
Hey,
Yay.
Such a pleasure to be here, guys.
Thank
Really,
you
yeah.
for having me.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great to have you here.
Yes.
Great to have you back.
Yeah. Fun.
For my money, you were still one of, and we love all our guests, but I think it was one of the most interesting conversations with you
Yes.
Oh, thank you
last
so
season.
much. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just because of that skepticism. But we will get to that skepticism. We will get to how you complement that skepticism so well in just a little bit.
Can I just ask, what does Thigil mean?
Okay, so Thigil is basically horror in Tamil. So when I first started the podcast, we wanted a name that's catchy, fun at the same time, it's easy to pronounce so that people from other races could also relate to it in that sense. So Thigil is horror and Tales is tales, as you know.
Horror Tales. Wow, nice name.
Yeah, and I like when we were interviewing Rishita for season 1, it was for Thigil Tales season 1. And then now we're in season 2 and they just completed season 2.
Yeah.
So it's kind of like we're kind of growing together.
I like to believe it's brand synergy.
So speaking of brand synergy, in every episode of Tales from Incredible Tales, we explore a different theme and tie it back to a classic Incredible Tales episode.
For this episode, we're looking at the kind of precautions one must take before encountering the supernatural. This episode's theme was inspired by All in a Day's work from season 3. For centuries, the Chinese have defined standard procedures for exhumation. Unaware of these customs, a foreign worker unintentionally offends a spirit, resulting in dire consequences.
Let's take a look.
Stop! I'm sorry. I will do anything for you. Please, stop!
After the incident, he was no longer the same. I heard he ended up in the mental hospital. That's what they all said.
I don't know why anyone would want to break the rule. It's not worth it.
I remembered this episode. I did.
Sounds like an anti-smoking ad. It's not worth it. So the exhumation, basically the story is about this worker who like exhumes graves, right? And then he don't follow the protocol, right? Then he was very disrespectful to the deceased, and a lot of things happened. Then he ended up in a grave like surrounded by ghosts, and then he lost his mind. Yeah. So
I think this is the biggest problem or the biggest nightmare that I always have the back of my head when we were shooting Thigil Tales. Yeah, which Rishita couldn't give a about.
Because it's all about precautions, right? So speaking about precautions, now we want to touch on Thigil Tales. So maybe for the both of you, Ravi and Rishita, can you tell us how did Thigil Tales come about, specifically this partnership of believer and non-believer?
Crazy.
Believer, non-believer.
Yeah. So as I said, right, I started this podcast on radio and it was going really well. And then I realized that podcasts should evolve and maybe a digital version would look good. So I scouted for people who I can work with. And then I chanced upon her profile, and I was like, wow, this girl is just going all out, video after video about all these rituals and stuff. And then she's like, oh, but I don't believe this. That's a sign off. So I was thinking, this will be interesting to work with someone who doesn't believe and then someone who believes. I think we marry the fact that people are going to watch it, right? Or hear it. They'll be like, okay, they're going to fall with either one of us. And I thought that would be a good mix of it. So I called her up. I DM'd her first lah. And she was very friendly, but it's a DM. You never know. So when I spoke to her, she was totally on about it. I was thinking, wow, such a friendly person. Why is she doing this kind of videos? Yeah. And then what happened?
Then we started like exploring various places in Singapore and started doing a mini TikTok series for Uli's channel. And it became a hit on TikTok. So it got picked up by MediaCorp and it became an actual show. So it was like a dream come true, like how our baby became a big show, I guess.
Yeah, as much as I was petrified with the fact that I'm going to go do this on a full scale, because it's a TV show, I think it was very exciting working with someone, as she said. And at the same time, I also wanted to face my fears in the sense, you never know until you see it, right?
Yeah.
And then you have someone who will not stop until she sees it.
Yeah.
Crazy stuff. Yeah. That was the idea behind it.
Has her very staunch skepticism from as of season 1, has it rubbed off on you?
No, not at all. Not at all. I'm not going to do those kind of stuff.
But his fear rubbed off on me.
Really?
I started getting scared here and there. It definitely rubbed off on me.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
And I felt it too. Because sometimes she'll just grab my hand. I'm like,
That's a strong grip.
It's you, right? As long as it's you, I'm fine.
Okay, so what we understand about Thigil Tales is that you guys go out to explore on the places. And now this time for season 2, you also went out to, not just Singapore, but overseas.
Yeah.
So were there any precautions that you had to take as compared, if you were to compare it between Singapore and whilst filming in Malaysia?
I think in Malaysia, with all due respect, we took a lot more precautions because we were unaware of the place. We are not native to that place, most of us. So I think because of that, we had to be very careful as per what the video, the episode was all about. We didn't want to offend anyone or anything, most importantly, right?
Yeah, and also like safety precautions because you don't know if the building... Is it in a good condition when we explore? What if something falls on us, or what if we go up and it cracks and we fall down? And we don't know what animal or insect is gonna be inside. I think for me that was the biggest concern for me. Randomly a snake comes in. Honestly, I would be way more scared of the snake than a ghost. So that was like.
She said it here and there. How you know? Then the ghost, am I a joke to you?
Really, then and you don't know the condition, right? So I guess safety precaution is the main for me.
But the scary part is right from the start of the shoot, everything was not going according to plan. So
Tell us more.
So at the very start, right, my tickets got mixed up. Yeah, this has never happened before. Yeah, because I gave them the wrong dates, they saw the wrong dates, and everyone got the flight booked except for me. Yeah, so I was thinking, this is funny. Then I'm like, okay I don't think too much, just get there. And when we got there, 3 of us got in. Me, Rishita, and one of the producers, Jay. All 3 of us got in first. The rest of the crew was stuck out. And they were 5 minutes or something away from before the gates closed. So, yet again, we faced another obstacle. And then when we got there, our car broke down. On the way to the location, our car broke down. It was so random. It was so hot. Our car heated up and it broke down. Just like that. Coincidence? I don't think so.
I love how
It's like in his mode already.
I know, right?
So after that, we got to the hotel. Our keys got mixed up.
Yeah.
We ended up just waiting for the person to come get us and get into our hotel. So there were massive delays right from the start. We were supposed to be there at 3 p.m, but we ended up being there at 6. Because of that, we lost sunlight and we couldn't shoot certain shots before sunlight because we wanted some sundown shots, and we had to rush for that. And our drone got delayed. And then when the drone got there, it didn't work.
Oh dear.
I think after a certain point, you're just thinking to yourself, come on, this is a bit too much. At this point.
Yeah. But, you know, Rishita being Rishita, she was like, no lah, it's just coincidence. Wah. Yeah, things happen. Wah.
Yeah.
I like how when you asked just now a coincidence, I guess that was her answer. Nope. Yeah, it is.
You know?
So Ravi, in your opinion, what do you think it is?
I think right from the start, right, whatever it was not I believe it was not a spirit, but I thought it was more like a guardian angel trying to guide us or maybe protect us from whatever it is that we were about to face. And that's about to get a lot more creepier, you know? And so we shot a few shots and then we came back. We had a break, you know? And then we came back to shoot a few more things. And in the midst of it, we were allowed to go into a room which was untouched for several years. So I'm talking about a room which is filled with spiders and whatnot, webs all over, completely uncanny, you know, furniture's all over the place. So we got into the room. I think some of you would have seen the episode. We got into the room and we started looking for things. And Rishita being Rishita, she couldn't keep her hands to herself. She had to go touch things, move things, feel it, right?
Yeah. I was curious, like, because some of the furnitures were just left there untouched, and they had like books on the table as well. So I was very curious what the book could be and stuff.
Okay, I'm just curious to know, before you even got there or even enter, like, were there anyone there telling you that, okay, once you enter, you gotta be careful? What were your expectations like for yourself, Ravi and Rishita?
I think there were definitely two opinions. Like, even within the set, there are people who are very strong believers and there are people who are also moderate believers. So the moderate believers like, okay, I can go and see and stuff. But then the strong believers are like, no, don't touch it, be careful. So like, we invited 2 guests that day. So we had one, I guess he was an exorcist, and another thrill seekers. So they were 2 type of guests. So the exorcist was very strict about not touching things and not disturbing things and not
being very respectful in a sense. Yeah,
be more respectful. Whereas the thrill seekers were like, no, we have to go there and investigate every part of it. So at one point, the thrill seekers started feeling sick with us, those who came with us.
Yeah, in the room.
In the room, yeah. She started feeling sick and her voice changed completely. She was panting and we had to get out of the room because of that. And after that also, she was saying that she felt like something was trying to enter her body. And yeah, there was a whole ritual done after the shoot. Yeah.
With all due respect, she's underplaying it majorly, guys. The thrill seeker freaked out. Because it was a huge room and it had like a living room within and then the bedroom attached. So at the living room itself, there were like rituals done. You can see the carpet with blood stains.
Oh.
Yeah, and the blood stains are not random blood stains. It's craft in, you know, those demonic patterns. Yeah, you know that a ritual was done there. And randomly, there's a sofa in the middle of the living room. Just like that. Creepy? Okay, maybe not. Then we went to the room. And then I remember the fog. Is that what they say in English?
Yeah, I think it's fog. Yeah.
Fog. It was extremely thick. We couldn't see what the building that was right beside it in front of us. But we can hear this faint whistling sound coming from. So we are assuming it's a human whistling in the middle of a thick fog. Assuming. And the best part is, one of the panels was open in the bedroom. It was broken. I didn't even realize it, you know. As it got nearer and nearer, I was like, wait, there's no panel here, and I put my hand out.
Oh.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was no panel, okay, glass panel, thick fog, but nothing was coming into the room.
And the scariest part is my dad was to sit on the sofa. The chair.
Yeah.
But for some reason, before I could complete the dare, we were chased out, basically. Like, we were sent out. So the exorcist was like, this is just a sign for you, because if you had sat on the chair, there is a possibility of me getting possessed and jumping from the apartment. So this is what the exorcist told us.
Yeah. In fact, the exorcist and the thrill seekers had a little of a squabble, I would say, because, you know, this side was saying that you guys have pissed them off, and this side was saying we just went in, chill. So all this was happening in the set, and in the middle of it, like she said, my producer, he felt something. He's a huge believer, very religious. So he felt something and he just took us out. The next thing you know, we were informed that she sat on that chair, boom.
Yeah.
And that's not the first time Rishita was under threat. There's a much bigger, scarier thing that happened to us when we went to the house. So we shot in that house after 12, specifically after 12. A few hours away from my flight, I remember. So when we got there, the exorcist was late. So because of that, there were several delays. But eventually, when we decided to go into the house, let me just paint a picture of the house for you guys. It's one of those good mansions that we see in Singapore. Okay, it's massive, 3 floors at least, completely dark, untouched for several years, and it looks like a perfect set for a horror film.
Oh,
and we are going in, we're going in. So we had this app that apparently helps us communicate with the spirits and whatnot. Yeah. So Rishita and I, this happened. She was holding on to the cam because I was holding on to the app, right, in the phone. I stepped in. I just took a step into the gate. The next thing you know, the app was totally quiet. It was just all the way. The next thing you know, it went, "Why are you here?"
Yo.
Scary.
You mean the app just spoke?
Yeah.
Just spoke. Till that very moment, it was radio silence. And then it went, "Why are you here?"
Honestly, at that moment, I was still skeptical. I was very skeptical.
She thought it was an automated message.
Yeah.
Like, press 1 for ghosts.
I was just about to ask.
I thought it was a coincidence, or these apps usually have like fixed messages in, right? But then outside the house, we were told that only odd numbers. If I'm right, 7, right? Only 7 people can enter. 7 or 9.
7, 9, odd numbers.
One of
Cannot be even.
Yeah.
So
it had a negotiation actually.
Yeah.
The fella had a negotiation.
I think it's 7. So we were only 7 of us can enter inside. Because it has to be an odd number according to the exorcist. So when we entered inside, someone tried to come in. So the app actually said even, and then it also said, first it said there are 7 of you, and then it said even. And when it said even, someone was actually trying to enter the house.
One of the production crew.
Yeah, one of the production crew.
And he was chased out.
Then I was like, okay, this is too accurate to be a coincidence.
That was your point. That's the turning point for you.
That's when I was like, okay, this is quite creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah. Before that, I was like, okay, all these automated messages.
But even before we entered the house, right, the exorcist was just standing out here. He was just staring at the window. He was just staring at the window, and then he's like, I'm like, what's this man doing? Like, are you okay? Hi or what? And then the next thing, he turns around to us and then he gives us a brief. He's extremely strict. He's like, don't go in there, touch things without my knowledge. Don't take things without my knowledge. Don't shoot things without my knowledge. Let me be the only moderator. If I communicate, it speaks, I'll reply. No one enters the conversation. Yeah. All that, he's so strict. I'm like, it's army camp or what? Like, what's up, Sergeant? Relax lah. That kind of feels, And then we go in, right? Like she said, it started saying very accurate things. And at one point, we were at this lane. And then, remember, it was like a corridor, not lane, rather, in the house itself. Oh, but it's like a palace kind of mansion lah. So the one of the corridors was blocked, right? And he was bringing us through that particular corridor because it did not allow us to enter from any other spots. And he kept saying mother.
Yeah, so the exorcist will communicate with the ghost, but the ghost will reply with the app. So, and then we have to be behind him. So every time, so they will be having their own lingo. They will be talking amongst themselves, and most of us are lost. Like, what's happening? And then he'll be like, who is this? And then the app will say mother, daughter. So apparently it's a family of ghosts staying on top of the mansion on the 2nd floor. So they will come down one by one to talk to the exorcist. The app also knows what place we are in. So the app tells us, go to the living room, go to the dining room. Like, how does the app know, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it is an app after all. So it's fair for you to think that, how is a ghost communicating with technology and app and whatnot?
Yeah.
I mean, it's fair lah, it's fair. But the sheer accuracy is alarming. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Very alarming. So as we got nearer and nearer and nearer, we got to this stairs, and he looks at us, exorcist, and he says, "This is how far I can bring you safely. Anything above this is going to be extremely unsafe." And our friend here loves the wild adventures. Yeah. So our friend wants to go up. And then he reminds us once again reminds us that this is how far I can bring you safely. If we were to go up there, that's it. Something up there, a way higher power is ready to take us. So I was thinking, what is he talking? And then at that point in time, he's negotiating with them and it's asking for roses. And I'm like, what is happening here? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I at one point, I think the both of us were on board on going up. And then I approached the guy and I was like, okay, fine. If we were to go up, what will happen? And then he gave me like a very basic schoolboy analogy. He was like, oh, by the way, there's a pool in the house itself. So he pointed at the pool and he said, you see, there's a pool. It's filled with water. I'm telling you it's 2 feet deep. You're saying it's 1 feet deep. So if you were to go in, what will happen? I was like, drown. That's going to happen to you when you go up there. And I'm like, okay. So, it's going to be messy in a sense. And in the meantime, he has this helper who, so all of us are facing this direction towards the stairs, right? And this just helper is just looking there. And then he's just like nodding, taking his phone up, taking pictures. And I'm thinking, what's this guy doing? So random, staring at a window, remember? I'll tell you guys what he did after this. And then at some point, we decided, okay, we are going to go up. And then when we did try to get nearer towards the step, it started communicating with him again. Yeah. And that's the point. He told us that's it. If both of you go up, it's going to take Rishita.
No.
And when he said that, I was like, no lah, cannot. I mean, you can put yourself at risk, but you can't put your friends, your family, your loved one at risk.
Yeah.
Yeah. That was it. That was a point I was this close to shouting at Rishita, really, that's it. This is it. Cut. We go home. Yeah.
I'm curious to know, during that point of time when, the exorcist was telling you all this information, what was going on in your thoughts for the both of you? I mean, were you okay with that comments, or were you still skeptical about the comments?
I was on board with him. How about you?
I was skeptical. Like, I still wanted to go up and see if there's really something, because I mean, technically that's why we are there, to see if there's really something there. But yeah, everyone was spooked at that moment, so we decided not to go. But yeah.
Because it's not just us going up there, it's the
like the whole
cameraman,
crew,
it's the
everyone,
producer.
yeah.
What if anything happens to all of them? I think sometimes audience need to understand that as much as it was a horror series, there were boundaries that we cannot go past.
Yeah.
Especially when an exorcist is telling you that if you were to go up, it's going to get messy.
And even before we went to the house, we actually were able to witness a live exorcism. We weren't able to record it because
outside.
to respect the family. Yeah, but we also witnessed, like, we heard the screamings and everything. So we followed the exorcist himself. So like, to be very honest, I was quite spooked. I was spooked at that moment. So my mindset was also like half. Okay, should I explore, or should I listen to him? So yeah, I was skeptical, but not as skeptical as previous episodes. Definitely.
So there's this feeling of, if I were to go and proceed, it might happen. But at the same time, if I don't, I'm going to miss this out.
Yeah. Exactly.
You know what's the best part? The footage that we filmed, right? Our producer showed us. We've never been in the house. No one knows that we, where we are from and all that, because it's a different country, right? But on that wall, leading up to the staircase, there is our logo on it.
Oh.
Our show's logo on it. A T, a double T.
Are you
Remember?
serious?
Yeah.
Yeah. Coincidence? Maybe it's purely coincidental. But there was a double T on it. Yeah. And the helper I told you about previously, when we came back to our vans and we sat there and then we were like chilling out and all that, he came to me and he's like, you know why I told you guys? You know why I was looking in the other direction? I was like, why? Oh, because this is what we saw. And he showed me a picture of this white figure with eyes and all that, looking from that very direction towards us. Specifically Rishita.
So he actually photographed it.
Yeah, he took a picture.
There's a photo. Did you include it in the episode?
I don't think don't think we decided to, because we felt that it may further offend it. Because that's what the exorcist said. If you are going to feature this somewhere, it's going to follow you for sure.
I see.
Yeah.
Why do you think it was targeting Rishita specifically?
I don't know, something about females and ghosts.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
I have no idea.
From the exorcist explanation, he said that I was the only female there. So all of our crew members were male. And on top of that, I think the ghost was male also. It's a demon, if I'm right. Yeah. So he just wanted a female, I guess. Yeah.
So can I just clarify a few things, right? The exorcist is he has third eye. Then he had like disciples lah.
Yeah. And so after all this drama, right, we went back to our hotel and we shot a few scenes in the hotel car park because it was very nice. It was very foggy and all that. So when the cameraman shot my shots, like a monologue kind of thing, it was perfect. But when we shot hers, he couldn't capture her, the camera. It was always out of focus.
Yeah.
We felt there was a technical glitch. And then we switched again, which means I came back on frame on a mid shot, and he shot me. He was able to shoot me again. And then when she came back, again it went out of focus. It just couldn't capture her. So the exorcist was like, it's up to, and you had rituals after that, right?
Yeah, they did rituals on me. And I was also very sick.
Yeah.
Oh.
That very night, yeah.
Like fever, that kind of thing.
I don't know. I was in a daze actually. Like I was tired and I had cold. And also could be possible, I didn't bring proper attire.
It's the fog.
For
Yeah.
the
Cold lah.
Yeah, it's very cold. So I was wearing a leather jacket, which is like not insulating at all. So like I was like freezing from the start. Yeah, and the shoot was very long also. So I think because of that, I was very tired. Yeah, and we had less sleep. Like it ended very late.
I did want to ask as well. So when y'all take these precautions, how do y'all decide what kind of rituals or what kind of precautions take? Like which faith do you take it from?
I think it doesn't depend on the religion, for us at least.
Yeah.
We look at it more of case by case basis.
Yeah,
lah.
case by
Right.
case. And
For
also
thi-
the
yeah,
guest.
yeah.
So when you shot the camera malfunction scene is in Genting, right? I presume.
Yeah.
And we came back.
So you all stayed at the hotel? Is it the creepy one?
No, we didn't stay there.
We stayed right opposite it.
Yeah.
Right opposite it.
Yeah. We were supposed to stay in the
Creepy.
hotel.
The
We
hotel.
were given a room, but hello! What the?
But then that hotel itself is divided by two parts. So one is the creepy building, and then the other building was very well renovated. You know, it was
fact,
it
they
had
were
Marvel
residents.
team rooms and all. Like there's the Iron Man room.
There's a shop also below, right?
Yeah, there's a shop, canteen.
But the main one that is like creepy looking is still there, right?
Yeah,
It's still
there.
in the
It's
band.
still
But there are people staying there, what? I remember.
Yeah, I
There-
think only one floor is blocked. Yeah, so
We
that-
even went all the way up to the roof for a drone shot. And I was able to, from there, I was able to see that there were some houses, as you mentioned, apartments taken up. So
Yeah.
within that creepy building itself, there are people who stay there.
I think it's not the whole. If let's say if it's haunted, I don't think it's the whole building. It's probably like that one floor, because that one floor nobody stays there. Also, it's just fully guarded.
Did anybody tell you why
floor?
that particular floor
Which
is?
floor? I don't remember. Do you remember?
it
the
11?
I don't remember the floors, the number of the floors, but the thing is that I felt the management there were very shady about the entire place.
Yeah.
They wouldn't reveal a lot of information. They had security walking around all the way.
Yeah.
And then when they realized that we were aggressively shooting, and then they had like guards coming in, looking at us, what we were doing, how we were portraying.
I think after we broadcasted it, we were our cameraman was looking through at whatever shots that were left over. Then they noticed that the position of the chair actually moved,
Switched.
moved slightly, switched or moved.
I think it got switched.
Yeah.
Switched around, yeah.
Yeah. So like nobody went to that area though. Like how did it switch when we just came to another room? So there are like two rooms, and you can see each of the room are just like
Facing
through
each
the
other,
window. Yeah. So the chair moved, and then we were just discussing. Oh, that's actually very creepy, because like we didn't notice that when we were there.
But I felt that throughout the series, right, whatever spirits that was trying to disturb us was solely after Rishita for some weird reasons. Yeah. I wasn't disturbed. I didn't feel disturbed. I was just very afraid. that something might tag on to me and affect my family members or whatnot when I go back home. You know what I mean, right? Yeah, but I don't feel attacked. I didn't feel attacked at all. Yeah, but I think it was more of Rishita's always being, looked at. I don't know, favorites list or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, I have a theory about that. Because they like to be acknowledged.
Yeah.
They like to be acknowledged and respected. Then Rishita is always saying that, no, I don't feel it. I don't, I don't believe. So they want to make you to believe. Because you see, the whole idea of the supernatural is that they want us to talk about it. Even the fact that we're in this room talking about them, they like it. You see, so long we are not disrespectful lah. So I think what they want is like they want you to acknowledge them in that sense lah. I feel I want to make this person believe me. So I'm going to give you more and more occurrences because you don't believe me, huh?
Wow.
But then again, I also feel like when they say that the ghost is attacking me, it's most of the time it's the guests who are the ones saying it, but not the ghost itself communicating with me.
Yeah.
So it's like, are they just doing this to scare me? Like you'll never know.
Yeah.
Because like it's not the ghost coming and be like, oh, Rishita, be scared. Then maybe, of course I'll be scared like if I see a ghost talking to me. But it's not the ghost.
So everyone around you is affected. Isn't it a sign?
It could be some
Yeah.
psychological thing also.
I love this.
The thrill seeker herself, she isn't afraid. You know how she works. She was shivering. The thrill seeker herself. She is legit like, I'm gonna go out there and
But she also got low-key pissed at me last season for not
Yeah.
believing. So
Yeah.
no, I ain't trusting
So
her.
you think it's a conspiracy. Everyone come together to make you believe.
It's a show, so
Yeah, but like then you still so many things already happened to you. You still like,
but nothing actually happened. It's just people telling me if you sat here, you would have committed suicide, or if you went up, you would have gotten possessed. But nothing actually happened though. It's just you could have. It's just people saying you could have.
I think kids these days really, really a bit.
I mean, touch wood, I don't want that to happen to me lah. Of course, who wants to die so young, right?
But that's how you're making it sound, what?
But I just feel like I will try to be as cautious as possible. Like even when I'm doing a task, let's say, because I am skeptical, but you'll never know, there might be a ghost, right? So I will, like, let's say if I was about to sit on the chair, I'll be like, oh, I'm so sorry, I'm doing this for a show. I will say it inside my heart lah. So if they choose to attack me and I'm meant to die, that's fate law. Yeah.
Wow.
So you'll not rest until Casper shows up and say hello.
That's just how it is, I guess. If you sign up for the show, you have to, right?
Damn.
wow.
But if I'm really scared, I wouldn't do it lah.
Fair
Like, if
enough.
I'm really scared.
So
yeah.
if like say the exorcist was like, oh, don't go up here, and you went, okay, you say it's a danger to me, I will take responsibility myself. Would you go to that extent to
I need to also respect everyone around me and their their decisions. So if let's say the crew don't want me to go up, I wouldn't like push them and go lah.
Yeah.
But if they're okay with me and the exorcist also like, okay, I can go and try, then I will go, definitely. Yeah.
Wow.
Season 3 is going to be fun, huh?
Okay, so as a believer, how does it feel for you to hear her say stuff like this? And you're like, I'm going to go into a haunted house with this person.
I think it's fun, because to have, you know how the world works, right? The yin and the yang.
Yeah.
You got to have someone who believes it and someone who doesn't believe it. If not, the world wouldn't be in a balance. So I think she brings the balance to the world. And to the series.
Okay.
Thank you.
nice.
Thank you.
So this question is for everyone. If someone paid you $1 million, would you visit a very haunted site without performing the proper custom or taking the proper precautions?
Yes.
Oh, I like how she immediately answered yes.
I knew the answer was coming.
I mean, what kind of million are we talking about? Million rupiah?
Oh, yeah.
Let's
That's
a
true.
million in the currency of your choice.
Oh, okay, USD law.
Give me £1 million
Pounds, yeah.
and I'll do it.
Wow.
So no spiritual customs, none of that.
No.
So
Show me
the-
the money.
I love how you guys both sit on opposite ends of the spectrum, but both of y'all, no, worth it.
we are doing it for a fraction of a cost, so
Might as well get $1 million, right?
yeah, might as well, yeah.
Bring it in.
I love it.
Currency of our choice. Okay,
Currency of your choice.
I'm going to sound like a crypto bro, but like
my
a
God.
million Bitcoins, I will do it. $1 million Sing dollars, I might need to think twice because, I've experienced a lot already. So, but 1 million crypto, do it.
Oh, that's a good deal, man.
Very good deal, right? Very, very good deal. Right? I only work one night only. That's it, Yeah. Then after that, I can do all the cleansing I want.
You say you only work one night, but for all you know, you might bring your work home with you.
Yeah, lah. Then use money to settle already, this one.
No, but you're not allowed to do any of the precautions, no? How?
No precaution after what?
Post? Yeah.
Yeah, you never say post, what?
Yeah.
Yeah, post, then I do after that.
Loopholes.
Right.
Sneaky. How? I recognize that laugh. I recognize that laugh.
I'm torn because it's money, guys. But at the same time, especially after what we've gone through for episode 1, I mean, the after rituals, you will work, probably shoo away all this stuff. But I don't want to go through it again. So no.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. I any currency also no.
No.
I can't do it.
Not worth it.
No.
Like, how about just step in?
Oh no.
Also
No. This is the cost of my peace of mind. My peace of mind is worth all that money for me where I'm like, you know what? I can be assured that nothing will follow me home. Nothing's gonna unless you tell me literally step past a gate of the haunted house. Not even step into the haunted house, past the gate out in front. Maybe then I'll consider it, but into the haunted house, no.
What if it's $1 million and lifetime worth of therapy? Then would you?
Now it's a mental health episode.
No. Okay, no. Now she's got a point. Okay, $1 million, a lifetime worth of therapy, and a lifetime worth of post-works, right? Lifetime worth of spiritual protection.
Then you'll go in.
Then I would still consider it, but considering it is much further than I thought I'd ever go.
Oh, this one's contract is a lot of plus.
Yeah.
But like, if you have $1 million, you can have a lifetime of therapy and have a lifetime of spiritual
I know,
power.
so it's tacked onto it.
Oh, so he doesn't want to spend his money on it.
Exactly.
Oh yeah, I agree
How
on that.
expensive do you think spiritual help is?
A lifetime's worth? No. And therapy, I'm gonna get
The top tier one.
not just top tier, I'll probably get a few of them.
Mel Gil, Dr. Mel Gil.
I don't think I can afford Dr. Mel Gil. That's the top of the top right there. But yeah.
Yeah,
So
but to add on to that, I second to Wayne. The reason being is because sometimes we don't know how malicious that thing is, and how much can a spiritual help get rid of. I think we spoke to a couple of our guests of where they have experienced things that they cannot get rid of. What if that one thing that followed you home is something that you really, really cannot get rid of?
yeah.
It's funny that you say that. Some people willingly allow these things to enter themselves. Right? Because it could be a sense of power. It could be a sense of security. Money, in fact. Yeah. I've heard about all these stories before. Yeah.
Agree. Yeah. So for us, we are greedy lah. Capitalism.
So
And
you
buy
can
money.
treat me to dinner next time, okay?
Yeah, sure. So if somebody offer me 1 million Bitcoin, I will consider it. Seriously.
Now it's time once again to wrap things up. And that means Kyle has another morbid fact of the day for us.
Okay, so do you know salt is actually a very good use for the supernatural, to protect yourself against the supernatural? So a common fact is that a number of religion and civilization actually use. In fact, ancient Rome, salt is rubbed on a baby 8 days after its birth to ward off evil spirits. Yeah. And then in Japan, the Shinto religion actually uses salt to purify locations. Yeah. So I know that some restaurants, I think actually most Japanese restaurants in Japan, they will put like a bowl of sea salt outside every day. They will change out to purify the energy. And then in Buddhist and Taoist culture, people will use salt also to expel. But most of the time, we combine it with rice. That's the only time when you're allowed to throw rice and salt. Especially when you move into a new BTO, you do the pineapple thing, then you do the salt and rice at all corners to purify all the corners.
Yeah.
I think that's similar for Hinduism also.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. We have we add salt to our holy water and splash it all over the house. Online.
They also take salt and like rub around your body.
To get rid of negative energy. Yes.
Yeah, I
Quite
washed the
cross.
whole house with salt and water when I first moved in my flat.
Yeah.
Then no wonder my mum always say, "You're so salty, right?"
Loving your puns this evening. Loving these puns.
The ghost is like the sodium level a bit high.
Okay. So thank you once again, Rishita, Ravi.
Thank you.
It's been great to have
Yes.
you guys. And thank you to all of you for tuning in to Tales from Incredible Tales. New episodes will go up every week on MeWatch, meLISTEN, YouTube, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts.
My name is Rishita.
My name is Ravi G.
My name is Wayne.
My name is Kyle.
My name is Raihan, and we will see you next time.